on EA Sports. And we've got the Vikings leader at quarterback, as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Vikings and the Rams coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Rams. Brennan Gunn here with Charles Davis, as always. And CD, you look at the Rams in this matchup. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situation where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running at 50%.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. Here's a 2nd and 7. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. On 2nd down, Cook. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Watkins. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? they're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
They'll look to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And he's going to go down back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Like a freight train there, Derek Notting with a sack.
That sack there, that likely brings out the field goal line, so they might have to settle for 3 here on their opening drive.
They did some nice things getting things started there, moving the ball downfield, but taking that sack on 3rd down, it lets the air out of the momentum balloon just a little bit.
Now Sam Sloman is on. This from 44 yards away. And his kick is indeed good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taken in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So now the Rams will get their first opportunity with a football. As we take a look at the starting quarterback, Deshaun Kaiser, the man who hails from Toledo, Ohio, and of course played his college ball at Notre Dame.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, Kaiser. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Kaiser to throw it. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Kaiser now. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw.
And able to get this to the 31.
gave him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable, now not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And his kick is good. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 6-0 our score after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. The Rams at 11-5 on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. And that will be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Call it 46 yards on the punt. Just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pick...
He's got a man, complete! And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the penalty rightfully declined. They'll keep the yardage on the completion.
Still some disagreement by the defense, though, because he thought that was just good, strong coverage, and the contact's going both ways, so why is there a flag? In the end, though, doesn't matter. Still a completed pass.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Rams' 12-yard line.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll run with Cook. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 out of the 3. 2nd and 3. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. L.A. set to take over again on offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll throw here. Kaiser. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the gun, Kaiser. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
You've got to know as a quarterback it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Second and 5. His throw incomplete. They have great starting position to begin the drive, and now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Now Sam Sloman is on. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set them up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. And the L.A. offense ready for this next possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
Complete to Van Jefferson. Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A gain of 5.
To throw again on second down. Kaiser. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Kaiser. He finds Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
To the air again, Kaiser. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Kaiser. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Kaiser. Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this will remain a 16-point deficit.
Well, I'd say that it's fair to say nothing has gone right in this first half for them. Even here, you've got a chance to at least get on the board, but that goes by the wayside. And now, this coaching staff, they've got to figure out some way to wake this team up at halftime to get them going.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman, our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, quickly take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Kaiser's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. Kevin O'Connell clearly unhappy with that call. He's thrown that red challenge flag out on the field. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On third down, Kaiser. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Zadarius Smith with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Here comes the Rams punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Now, fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught. Smith. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Out of the gun now on third down. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and
On
3.
second down, it's Cook again. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Minnesota.
They run it again with Cook. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of 2.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. They'll look to throw. Open man is Thielen is complete. And he will have a Vikings first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
A run there with Cook on first down, but it won't net him much, maybe a yard. Second down coming up. 2nd and 9 now. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Now Sam Sloman is on. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So just 3 points there, but that important in the grand scheme of things because it's now a 3-score lead.
And to now, the other guys haven't shown that they can do anything offensively, so just take the points, keep adding that cushion, and let your defense win you the football game.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you started trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted.
Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
Back to throw here. He's got it. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this third down play as we play 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Cook diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Out for the PAT, here's Sloman. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
makes the score.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And what they do know is that they'll be playing at home come January, at least for one game, as they have locked up the NFC West.
And everyone wants that top spot, partner. We know that because that guarantees you home field advantage throughout the playoffs. But whether or not that's in the cards or not, you have to be impressed with how this team is playing.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Kaiser. This one brought in by Jefferson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Kaiser on 3rd and 2. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Again, it's Kaiser. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Kaiser. And this one's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And he is going to have a Rams first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
That's good.
On 1st and 10, Kaiser. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, Kaiser. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Kaiser to throw it. Akers back-to-back catches. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
On play action, Kaiser. Hard throw, incomplete.
Kaiser's pass intended for Cam Akers. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
4th down, Kaiser, desperation time. Going for it all. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back.
4th down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise, but how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
It's going to be a runner. It's going to be a thrower. Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we can probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
The 2nd down pass complete to Justin Jefferson. A gain of 10 yards.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line. A 7-yard pickup.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. 2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5. First down, Vikings.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. 2nd and 4. Here's Cook again. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
But they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw when you call that a total team effort.